Well, it's getting tough on journalists in this country. It's a lot worse in Russia. Vladimir Putin warning journalists in the Russian press corps that U.S. intelligence agencies are watching their every move. Putin telling journalists covering his visit to India, quote, "The United States listens to everything and looks at everything. All of you are objects of exploitation for the special services." Joining me now, former Pentagon official, Fox News national security analyst KT McFarland, also a member of Donald Trump's National Security Advisory Committee. Great to have you here.
You.
Are we really that good, as Putin suggests, in India?
Well, I sure hope we're listening, because that's the job of our intelligence community, and I know that they're listening to us. And that's the world we live in, and we should understand it, and we should accept it and act accordingly.
Well, one thing we're not a part of, or hadn't been, is corruption, violation of the public trust in the measure that we're seeing now, and in the still Clinton State Department, it is pretty clear. In the Near East desk, the State Department itself, certainly within the influence, all of the State Department, actually having the guts to bribe the FBI, so sure they are of the seedy position in which the FBI now finds itself?
Do you remember a couple of years ago when House of Cards came out and everyone said, oh, it's not nearly that bad, that's exaggerated of what's life is like in Washington? Well, now we realize that the public corruption between the Justice Department, the FBI, the State Department, the intelligence communities is so in your face that it makes the House of Cards look like just a Sunday afternoon picnic.
You know, I saw a little in the national media today. They were having alligator tears and some agita because, Donald Trump was suggesting the elections are rigged, and how unfortunate that is for young people to hear that. These bloviating idiots are following by 1 week the report by Pew Research that there are 18 million questionable registrations in this country. What kind of moronic national press corps do we have that they ignore the empirical and the obvious?
Well, that's because they're in on the game. It's the donor class, it's the media, it's the establishment, Republican and Democrat establishment, at the expense of the little guy. That's why we're seeing a national revolt, whether it's the Bernie people or whether it's the Trump people. People say, I'm not being represented, I don't have a voice anymore, and I'm mad.
Word is that Putin didn't hack the DNC.
Actually, I talked to the people responsible for the Republican National Committee security, cybersecurity. They said, well, everybody's trying to hack everybody else. It's just the Republicans are better protected. That it's a lot of it is just the lapses of security.
But you haven't said that they have anything more to protect.
Well, it just shows.
They built a giant wall, but what the heck's behind it? We're going to find out. Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, they're pipes and slippers, a couch for comfort and fainting. I mean, what are they? I mean, who do they protect behind that tremendous firewall?
Well, but I think it speaks to the position that Russia now finds itself in, that they can push, and there's no pushback.
Push. I got push.
Yeah.
All right? But I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Everybody, including the President of the United States, out talking Russia is hacking the DNC, and there's an outright denial of that. And further, it was
we don't know.
It's always been speculation.
Yeah.
But I love how it becomes, inured to any new development, and the speculation becomes hard truth.
Well, we don't know, and that's the whole thing about cyber is you never know the return address for 100 days.
Can I tell you, when I hear this, I think of it as akin to the damn long war perpetrated by David Petraeus, which is another rational. It's not just a title. It's a rationalization for generals who can't figure out how the hell to win.
How to win? Yes, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
And this thing about cybersecurity, it's all dark and mysterious,
you can't
figure it out. Well, apparently somebody can, the Chinese, the Russians, the Romanians, but we can't? Are you kidding me?
We have the ability to tear down their cyber walls. That is our ultimate weapon against them. We're not using it. We could use it. That makes them really scrambled and really nervous.
I can see fear on Putin's face every time he shows up on this broadcast. KT, thanks so much for being with us. KT McFarland.